Hello there. Do you realise that no one ever will completely agree with what you believe? Now, we like to think so when it suits us, so we can identify with particular groups, which is cool. It's beneficial to be part of a group. You feel safe. However, when being part of a group means that you have to start hating other people who are not part of that group, that's when it becomes a problem. Not just for society, not just for humanity, but for the individual as well, which is something I'm going to get on with later. My name's Stuart Wellborn. Who I am is irrelevant. I'm just a simple guy trying to make his way in the universe, hoping to have done more good than harm when it's time to check out. Now, I've created a series of 13 videos with a clip from a TV show or movie with a quote that is some kind of self-development, something to contemplate anyway. Behind me, as usual, is my best pal, Beowulf, and today, on my lap, is also Lord Vader, which is kind of relevant because today I'm going to be sharing a clip from Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. I've also got my mega hat on. Make the Empire great again. I joke, but as I say, I've recorded 13 of these, and by the time this one comes out, which is number 5, then Donald Trump will be in office again. Now, I'm no psychic, but I'm going to predict, I mean, how long will he, I don't know how long he'll have been in office now, but 3 or 4 weeks at a guess. By the time this video comes out, I predict that he will have said or done something outrageous, bordering on being batshit crazy. Now, whether you like him or loathe him is not what I'm here to talk about, but what I do guarantee, if his last presidency has got anything to go by, then social media will be full of divisive comments that relate to today's clip. That is, of course, unless he's changed and he's, trying to unite America this time, and my prediction's wrong. By the time this video comes out, we'll see. You'll already know, but I don't at this point. So let's go on with the clip and then I'll give my little commentary afterwards.
I have brought peace, freedom, justice, and security to my new empire.
Your new empire?
Don't make me kill you.
Anakin, my allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy!
If you're not with me, then you're my enemy.
Only a Sith deals in absolutes. I will do what I must.
You will try.
Before I get on with the points I want to make to do with that clip, I just want to say something about the people who get a little bit pedantic over that clip, where Obi-Wan's saying only the Sith deal in absolutes. And some people will go, but that's an absolute. Same with Yoda and his do or do not, there is no try. So what? It's a movie in a line. Movie in a line, a line in a movie. And, it gets the point across. You don't have to over-analyse it that much. Anyway, that's not the point I want to make. I'm going to get on with my points now. Right, the first point I want to make is that if a person actually thinks that anybody who doesn't agree with them is their enemy, then everybody on the planet is in fact their enemy. And I'm going to prove that to you now. In one of the books I'm writing, I put 20 questions, simple questions that people could grade from A to E. So A was really like, B like, C neutral, D dislike, and E really dislike. So simple questions like, what do you think of prawn cocktail crisps? So there's 20 questions in the book and 5 ways that you could possibly answer them. Now, somebody could answer, really like for all 20 questions. Another person could really like 19 but dislike, say, the 20th one of these questions. Now, here's the bit that really blew my mind when I wrote this. for a couple of days, I was like, whoa, this number's huge. The number of different ways that somebody could answer that question, I'll put the actual number on the screen when I edit it so that you can see it for yourself, but it's over 95 trillion different ways that those 20 questions, just 20 simple questions, over 95 trillion variations or combinations, whatever the proper word is for it, ways of answering just those 20 simple questions. As I say, that blew my mind so much I had to get the numbers confirmed by a college maths teacher just to make sure I hadn't cocked up when I was doing the maths for this. I asked a couple of people and I got two different answers, so I did have to go and get confirmation from a maths teacher. So think on that. There are over 95 trillion ways that just 20 simple questions could be answered. Now there's only 8 billion people on the planet, so I haven't done the maths for this, and maybe you're good at maths and you could work this out for me, or you know someone who could, and if you can, put it in the comments. But if there's only 8 billion people and there's 95 trillion different combinations of answering these 20 questions, what are the odds of somebody answering exactly the same as you? I have no idea, but it's a stupid number. I don't know if you've got more chance of winning the lottery or not, but that is clearly, the odds of anybody answering those 20 questions that are the same as you is ridiculous. So that's why I say, if you take that mindset that anybody who doesn't agree with you is the enemy, then everybody's going to be your enemy, because there's more than 20 questions we could ask each other. Once you get that in your head and think about it, then you're less, well, you're not less likely, but if you take it on board, you could become less agitated with people who disagree with you, because it's only one thing that you're disagreeing over, isn't it, at the end of the day? I know sometimes it's big things like politics and religion, but falling out with a person over that one thing, well, there's going to be so many things that they disagree with you on. On the flip side of that, the person maybe who is your political opposite, there'll probably be something that you do have in common. For example, you might like the same sports team, or another, you might enjoy the same band or a particular piece of music. There's so many things that you may have in common with a person, but you're not going to have everything in common with them. And that's the point I wanted to make there, is that having that Sith thing of you're either with me or you're my enemy, everybody's your enemy if you really wanted it to be. So that's the end of my first point. The second point I want to make then is, as I said, if you're falling out with people, you get agitated and irate and angry and hateful and all those things. And I said in the intro that that's not good for society, humanity, or for the individual. And I'm going to put my second point across now of why it's not good for you as an individual, getting all irate and angry all the time. You've probably heard of the fight or flight response, the autonomic nervous system. And if you haven't, don't know much about the biology of it, it doesn't really matter too much, but here's a quick summary of it. When we are faced with a threat, we go into fight or flight, and the body shuts down certain mechanisms and gives you more adrenaline and all that kind of stuff. A lot of people focus on the fight or flight response when you hear about it. You must have heard of it. Loads of articles, and people are always relating to the anxiety side of things, that you're triggering that when you're afraid of something and it's not a real threat, it's something in your head. But not many people actually talk about the other side of it, the fight side of it. Because in the fight or flight response, you either kick off or fuck off, don't you, from whatever was there. And back in the day, it could be a saber-toothed tiger, whereas now it's just anything can cause that. And a lot of focus is on the anxiety side, but what about the anger side of fight or flight response? If you're getting agitated and angry over somebody posting some shit on social media, you're still going into that fight or flight response. And certain chemicals are being pumped through your body, you're getting all raged and red and angry as if, there's a threat in the room with you. But they're not. So that danger that people talk about of, your biology being all fucked up because you're in a heightened state, because you're anxious and on edge for something, is the same, but this time it's because you're angry. So that's why it's not going to be good for you to be in that agitated, angry state, because your body is not in homeostasis, and that's where you want to be. So something to think about. Getting irate and agitated over nonsense on social media is actually affecting your physical health as well as your mental health. So that's the second point I wanted to make today with reference to that clip. I think that should do for this week. I hope you'll come back and watch another one of these videos. As I said, there's 13 of them. If people do like them, I will do some more. But the only way I'll know if people do like them is if they like, comment, share, that kind of thing. But if you do like these videos, then click the like, subscribe, follow button thingy. And I hope that you will come back and watch another one of my videos. And since it's a Star Wars thing, may the Force be with you. See you next Tuesday.